Welcome, everybody, to Wrapped in Love's very first self-care video. I have been extra excited about getting this out to you guys because when I practice self-care, it helps me as well as you learn different things in different ways to make sure that we are okay as a people. So, with the very first rule of self-care is self. Be selfish. I'm not saying cut your family off. I'm not saying don't do your housework. I'm not saying, oh, the kids can wait. Just go away. Just shut your door and don't listen to anybody or talk to anybody about anything. What I am saying is, whether it be first thing in the morning, whether it be right before you lay your head down at night, whether it be when the children run out to the store or to school, hubby's at work or wife's at work, or significant other is not at home, whatever it is, carve out 30 minutes for you. The reason 30 is a set number, don't tell me I can only do 5, I can only do 10, I can do this, I can do that. I started stealing away my very first 30 minutes in the restroom. I am so guilty of this. I used to hide in the bathroom, you guys. And it was because I needed that peace of mind. I needed me time. And when I go in the bathroom, nobody wants to be a part of that. So I would go and I would sneak into the bathroom. I would lock the door. I would flush the toilet every now and again just for quiet. So if you are able to get the 30 minutes, what I want you to do is think of what would make you great. Not good, not better, but great. Because remember, the first rule in self-care is self. Be selfish, but only be selfish to get you to a position of greatness. So, with that being said, right now we know rule number 1, be selfish. Rule number 2, take 30 minutes every day. And no, you cannot let the minutes roll over to the next day, and you can't take them later on in the month. And if you don't use any of your minutes, roll them over to the next month. This is not cellular service. This is not cable, insurance, none of that. This is for peace of mind. This is for centering yourself. This is for working out issues within yourself and finding that great place. So, be selfish. Rule number 2, 30 minutes a day. Now, rule number 3, find your sacred place. Yes, I said sacred because some people read their Bible for their private time. They talk to their higher being. They talk to their significant other. They talk to themselves, their spiritual selves. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. The 30 minutes is strictly for you, again, to become great. The 30 minutes is for what? For you to become great. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you say, I will take 30 minutes a day to become great. I heard you say it in your mind, so we'll move on from there. Okay, so rule number 1, be selfish, but only be selfish to make oneself great. Rule number 2, 30 minutes. 30 minutes every day. Not 27 minutes and some seconds, not 29 minutes and 30 seconds. I want you to carve out 30 minutes. And rule number 3, find your sacred place. Now, my sacred place is the bed. Nobody is allowed to be in my bed. Nobody's allowed to touch my bed but me and hubby. We have little people every now and again that jump up in the bed, but their little people's energy tends to be clear. It tends to be innocent. So they can climb in and out of the bed with no issues. The people that I'm saying should not be in your bed are people who have hormonal raging going on, so teenagers. Animals tend to have pure intentions, so animals can get in your bed, even though hubby doesn't like my babies in the bed. Then any other adult, I do not. They're not allowed in our bedroom, let alone our bed. So once you find your sacred space could be where you sit down to read a book every day, or where you feel the most comfortable, the place that you find the most peace. That will be your sacred space. Now, once you find your sacred space, I want you to set it up to be as comfortable as possible. So, if you have to make us a cushion so we can sit on the floor in our yoga style, namaste to all my yogins. Excuse me, you guys, I had another surgery. So, I'm recovering from that. My hand doesn't quite go straight. So, please don't feel like I was disrespecting. But yes, your sacred space, your your sacred space will be my sacred space used to be my front porch. I would sit behind, I have high bushes, and I would sit behind the bushes and sip on tea. And my fur baby would be out there with me, and we would just enjoy the breeze. Well, Wasp decided to take over my sacred space. And even though I cleaned it and got rid of the wasp, it was no longer sacred to me. So, my new sacred space is the bed. And what I tend to do is first thing in the morning, once I open my eyes and I know I'm getting up to start a new day, is I lay there in complete silence or I find some meditative music. And I meditate on current events. I meditate on what I need to take care of for the day, anything that's bothering me, whether it be emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, I meditate on it. And a lot of people say, I don't know how to meditate. I don't know. Well, you do it every day. Meditation is nothing more than focusing on something in particular and coming up with rational, keyword being rational, decisions and or answers to help you deal with that situation. We'll give you an example. You have a test coming up in school, and you know you don't test well. You don't really know, you're not strong in this subject, but you want to take time to actually, I know you guys see this little hand, so give me 1 second. Please forgive me. So, you have a test. You're not good in the subject. You don't know what you know how to study, but even with you studying, you're still not doing the best on the test. Well, if you meditate on everything that you've learned, you sit there, you repeat it, you say it, you write it, you pretty much manifest it into believing that you know it. If you tell yourself you don't know it, guess what? You don't. If you tell yourself you're not worthy of that, guess what? You're not. If you tell yourself bad things, then your mind will believe you. The quote that comes to mind when talking about feeding your mind is your mind will always believe everything you tell it. Feed it hope, feed it truth, feed it with love. The reason I bring this up is because, again, when it comes to self-care, we as a people, as human beings, tend to take care of everybody else and put ourselves on the back burner. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of your family, friends, your jobs, your careers. The problem is if you're not 100%, then you're not giving 100% of your work. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So if I'm at 80%, I can only give my children a part of that 80%. I can only give my job part of that 80%. I can only give my spiritual being part of that 80%. I can only give my emotional well-being part of that 80%. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a halfway person. I'm either all in or I'm all out. So with the short video I did before this video was saying, please say no. If you are not at 100%, some people can function very well at 50, just like your kidneys only need to function at 10 to run a whole human body. 10% is what my kidneys need to function to make sure my body is doing everything it needs to do. So if my kidneys can run at 10% and my brain only runs at about 15%, the average human being brain, we use about 15 to 20% of our brain, then why can't I run on the 15, 10, 20%? Is because You are not your best if you're not at 100. So take the time to refuel, re-energize yourself, be one with yourself. Know who you are. Number one rule, be selfish so you can get back to 100%. Second rule, carve out those 30 minutes. Third rule, find your sacred space. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is part of the video I did before this one. Learn to say no when you're not at 100%. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will respond to you guys as soon as possible. Check out my website. It's Wrapped in Luv. It's WRAPPEDINLUV.com. And just see all what I do. I'm a busybody, but I love people and I love love and anything surrounding those things. I try to get it done. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. Take care of yourselves and stay wrapped in love.